Hello everyone, my name is Mo. Today we're going to be taking a look at the performance of Resident Evil Requiem on the 4GB version of the Radeon RX 580, and we're running the version 26.5.2 drivers. Here we are in the game. Let's have a look at the settings. We're running at 1920 by 1080, and the rest of the settings, we have hair strands on, by the way. Texture is at the low, and the other settings are basically a mixture of standard, normal, or low settings. We also have FSR at quality. I think we're going to max out our memory pretty soon, and we are getting some flickering for some reason. But the characters and everything else appear to look fine for now. And we're getting decent performance, at least for now. So I don't know why it's flickering though. It could be FSR, could be some other setting. I'm sure if you go in the settings and turn something on and off, it's gonna go away. But for now,
Grace.
Let's just see what happens.
Grace. Grace Ashcroft.
Yes?
My office.
Oh, coming.
Alright, I'm just gonna skip this section, get into the actual game with the street and the busy street and a bunch of characters going around, and see if things start to change. Right, massive flickering going on. Getting around 40 FPS. Maybe if I turn off hair strands.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to go into first person now, so that's not going to matter. Alright.
It should be
Keep
around
walking
here.
around, looking around. Don't have any ray tracing settings or anything to make the game the way it's supposed to look. So we're getting around 30, high 30, 40 FPS. We have FSR turned on, by the way. What if I drop the FSR a little bit more, like balanced, and it balanced? Not much change, because around 2 or 3 FPS more. And if we turn on frame generation, frame generation needs a bunch of video memory, and as you can see, we're completely filled to the brim on VRAM, completely in the red, and it might crash, but let's go. It didn't crash, and it actually worked. What? Completely maxed out the memory on a 4GB card, and the frame generation is working. And we're getting around 60 in this cutscene, or 80 fake frames, by the way. But in this game, at least, it does help with aiming, and it does improve the gameplay. It makes the game easier to play.
Hey, that's a restricted area. You can't go in there.
Why?
It's an active crime scene.
Oh, right. Sorry. Just a sec.
Once you get into the
FBI?
hotel and the corridors and everything, I think you could
Investigating all these
get
strange deaths, huh?
a lot better
It's the
performance
fifth one now, right?
because there's not much going on and there are
I heard they all have
no
the same
other
weird
characters.
bruises, so you think it's something
It
infectious?
gets easy to render,
Terrorism?
but
Why else would the FBI be investigating, right? Hey, are you with me?
Oh,
all right, let's skip ahead. Even though I'm playing with a controller, it does appear very smooth. So I'm gonna try turning off ambient occlusion. Maybe that is the thing that is causing the flickering. So subsurface scattering set to low, and yeah, frame generation, all that stuff. Could be volumetric fog. Let's turn this. No, I don't think that would work. Shadows set to low, contact shadows are off. Ambient occlusion, let's turn it off. And I think we have our culprit. We have the reason why we were flickering so much. And we get a bunch of
why am I even here?
additional performance as a result of turning on ambient occlusion. On a 4 gig card, 4 gig RX 480, and running the latest drivers as of the time I'm recording this video. Not bad. You could play this, actually, which is kind of surprising. On a 4 gig card, I think it was going to be completely hopeless. But how? I mean, we're completely maxing out the VRAM and we're not even getting any stutters. And frame generation is also working completely fine. How does that work? Not seeing anything. There you go. 100 FPS. Around over 100 fake frames. But fake they may be, it's still smooth. Amazing though. A card released 10 years ago and not even the best version of that. Half the VRAM. And it can run Forza Horizon 6 with some, with some workarounds, and it can actually run Resident Evil Requiem.
I can't. That's too much. Come on, Grace.
Here we are. Another win for the RX 580 4GB. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, the game is completely well optimized, as is Forza Horizon 6. That's why it's running, but still, a 10-year-old GPU. Who would have thought?